All right, guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrew Emery at Andrew Emery Golf. Certainly appreciate you being here. Today's video is perhaps the most important one I have ever given. It's going to talk about effective practice. If you want to get better, I know all of you like to hit golf balls. You're in the driving range, you're in a simulator, you've just taken a lesson, for example, and it's same time next week. What in the world are you doing between sessions that's actually going to really make meaningful change to your golf swing? You're trying to change a pattern. Why would you be seeing a teacher if you didn't want to make some changes? So that's what we're going to discuss today. But before we get started, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button. There's a little bell button next door. Click on that. You'll get a notification every time I release a new video. So this is it. Very simple. Not going to be a long video today. 3 things. It's backed by science. This is not my opinion. It doesn't matter whether you're snowboarding, racing a car. It doesn't matter whether you're learning to play the piano, playing tennis, golf. Absolutely doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. Okay, if you want to learn something, rule number 1, you have to do it slowly. 50% speeds are part and parcel of my coaching. When I work with my students, guys, you are living in la-la land if you think you're going to make changes to your golf swing, full swing, full speed, immediately after your lesson. So what we need to do, guys, I'm going to give you an example. A lot of you take the club around the corner, okay, which means the club gets too flat, gets too far around here, face gets open. So you take your golf lesson, you work with a really good coach, you've got the before and after videos, you've got a little voiceover, you're all excited, and the coach has got you kind of right here, club's out in front of you, getting the club into a better orbit. It's really improved your golf swing, your contact. So what do you do next? You know, what are you going to do here that's going to allow that to adhere like super glue so it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't dissipate? Because the last thing you want to be doing a week later is swinging the same way, right? What you've got to do, guys, is you've got to literally swing at 50%. You need to go ahead and swing. Watch me. There it is. There, I know that's pretty good. I'm going to go back. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go ahead and swing through at 50%. That ball's gone about 70 yards. At the most, that's an 8-iron. What I would recommend initially here is to do it without golf balls. Just make practice swings at 50%. Back and through, working on getting that feel, the new feel that you've been taught. Swing at 50%, okay? Use a tee initially after your practice swings. Don't put the ball immediately on the ground. Use a tee. Swing at 50%. When you're comfortable doing that, go ahead and put the ball on the ground. That's the slow motion. That is absolutely unequivocally part of training, okay? If you really want to get better, you have to swing at a speed you can feel. Number 2, you need to exaggerate. You need to exaggerate, because what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to speed your swing up. You're like, I've made this change. I know it's better. I've seen it on the video, but now I'm ready to make full swings. And as soon as you start to make full swings, you're going to go immediately back to your old swing pattern. You're going to drag the club around the corner, whatever it is you were doing before. And the reason is you're losing the feel for what the golf club is doing, but you're swinging at a speed you can't feel. So you can combat that by exaggerating what it is that you're working on. So the faster you swing, guys, initially, only initially when you're making changes, the more you have to exaggerate what it is that you're working on. So for me, with the slow motion, I really didn't need to exaggerate it very much. I was able to see it was in a better corridor, okay? But I can really feel what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and do this full swing. I'm going to feel like my club head is literally working up towards you, towards the camera right now. Let's go ahead and do that with an 8-iron here. Club's going to feel like it's working out towards you, not around the corner like where it started. All right. And the thing with it is, if I slow that down, guys, it's not going to be exaggerated, really. It's a little outside my hands, but it's actually in a pretty good corridor. So that's the second phase. You have to exaggerate. Now, once you've done slow motion and exaggeration in a practice session, what you want to do next is hit a lot of balls. If you have a 30-minute time frame to practice, you know, maybe you hit 50 or 60 golf balls with a 7-iron to the same target over and over again. That's got absolutely nothing to do with playing golf. You will not transfer the skill to the golf course doing that. This isn't what this is about. This is technical practice. So we're going to hit a lot of golf shots, getting that same exaggerated feel, okay? And then all of a sudden, we're going to check it on the camera. We're going to start to see some improvement in our golf swing, all right? That's really important. So it's those 3 things, guys, that make all the difference when it comes to creating a new pattern, because over time, what we've got to do here is replace our old pattern with our new pattern. You start to forget what it is that you used to do, but unless you do it with these 3 steps, I can assure you it's not going to happen. Now, real quickly here, a little bonus, because a lot of you struggle to take this stuff to the golf course. And ultimately, you know, why are we doing any of this if we can't take it to the golf course? And the problem you've got is you're thinking about so many different things when you get on the first tee. You've got 3 backswing thoughts, 2 transition thoughts. If you really want to take these swings to the golf course and play better golf, is you've got to practice the way you would play. What I mean by that is you hit different shots to different targets from different lies. You start with a driver, you put the driver down, even if you hit a bad one. You don't get 16 mulligans. That's not the way we play golf. Then you replace it with, on the next shot, maybe you hit a 5-wood or a hybrid, and then you hit a wedge. And then you start to realize how difficult the game is compared with hitting 37 irons in a row, because that gives us a false sense of security that we're actually going to be playing well when we hit the golf course. So what you need to do, guys, start to incorporate a routine that integrates your new swing change. And what I'm going to do for you is talk to you a little bit about what I would do for me. If I had problems going around the corner, I would introduce a little bit of a waggle here. Okay, when I go to the golf course, it doesn't mean I'm obsessing about it, but it's just a little reminder that we don't want to go here and that we want to go here. So I'd introduce kind of a waggle to get that club started on the right track. But here's the difference between technical and transfer. What I would do is I'd have my eyes up, looking at exactly where I want the ball to go. Because most of you are staring at the golf ball. All right, you are not staring at your target. What you're doing, guys, is glancing at the target. It's going to look something like this. One glance, we stare at the golf ball. Feels like forever. All right, and then maybe one more glance, so we're still staring at the golf ball. So if you're staring at the golf ball, that's where your intention is. How do you have anything other than a hit reflex? Why is it so many of you hit at the golf ball? How many of you have beautiful, relaxed golf swings? Very, very few. The reason that good players have beautiful flowing golf swings, guys, is that they're reacting to their target. They're sending their golf ball. You guys are hitting at the golf ball. That's a very different mindset. So when you're doing your transfer practice, you want to make sure that you're looking at your target at least 2 or 3 times before you take the club back. You have to be well-intentioned if you want to transfer these skills to the golf course. So mix it up. Driver, 5-wood, 7-iron, wedge. Then do it again. Driver, 7-iron, wedge. And play 6 or 9 holes in your mind on the driving range, integrating your new waggle, and then go ahead and take yourself to the first tee. You're going to do a lot better, I promise you. All right? So I hope that helps. Depending on where you are in improvement in your golf swing, whoever you're working with, whoever's coaching you, make sure your practice is intentional. Understand it's broken down between technical practice, which we discussed, and the 3 steps, and then the importance of transfer practice on the driving range. They are very, very, very different, guys. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it.